Hello everybody and welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII. I am Rufal, playing this game for you. Woo! Where did I park? Aha! Why is it over there? Alright. We must continue side questing. Or more importantly, pointing out useful things. But our continuation happens in Timber. We haven't been here for a while. In fact, here it is. And we're even going to use the front entrance. Whee! Timber, of course, is still a major train hub where not a whole lot is going on. Right. Yes, being cool under pressure is the sign of a pro. Or the sign of someone who doesn't care. But whatever. Now, the major reason why we're here in Timber, well, there's two of them. First off, there's a Timber Maniacs magazine in the Timber Hotel. However, we need to actually spend a night at the hotel in order to get it. And of course, this fellow will give you a potion if either Renault or Quistis is in the group. Behold the dialogue when it's Quistis. But the other thing that we're here for is the pet shop. Hello, sir. Oh. You do dress like him. But the pet shop is one of the major reasons we're here. For two things. First, there are some items we could have gotten a while ago. Any of these scrolls. You might be thinking, why would you want these? Because all the GFs actually start with all these abilities. Well, I'll tell you why you'd want them. These can be refined into wizard stones. And, well, what else am I going to do with all that money? Now, the other thing we want are these amnesia greens. About that many will do for now. We'll probably have to come back and get more. So if we use the tool refine, which I believe it comes from the siren? Yes. Easy ability to get. So with the tool refine, we can take all these scrolls and turn them into 10 wizard stones apiece. And wizard stones can then be further refined into the level 3 spells. Firegas, Blizzagas, Thundagas, Curagas, so on and so forth. So, off screen, I will refine a whole bunch of those and just get rid of the lesser spells. So we'll have plenty of Curagas and all the other Ugas. And of course, the other thing we picked up is the amnesia greens. Where in blazes did they end up? I wish I could just sort the inventory alphabetically instead of categorically. But with the amnesia greens, we can free up skill slots on our GFs. You want to be careful with this because some abilities lead into other ones. So if you haven't learned the ability, you probably don't want to have your GF unlearn it. But if your GF has elemental defense times 2, we don't need the regular one anymore. These are the primary things that we prune out, that we want to prune. We don't need this anymore because we have the times 2 version. Same thing here. You aren't at the point where there's anything to prune yet. We have encountered none, so why would we want to just go half rate? All or none for me. Let's see. Carbuncle. Nothing we really want to get rid of yet. And with Pandemona, it's like, what's... Elemental defense junction leads into defense times 2. Now we have defense and learning the times 2 as an option, we can get rid of this one. at this point, it's not really helping us yet. And Tonberry isn't to the point where isn't to that point yet. Right. So we did all that. Now comes the question of getting into the inn. There's two ways we can do this. First off, we can walk up to the counter and actually pay the 100 gil for a night. The other way we can handle this is to make our way towards the train tracks. Where a little girl is going to trip on the tracks. So that's what you get for playing on them. This little girl happens to be the innkeeper's daughter. So, we are going to help her up. And presumably get out of the way of the train before it comes and flattens all of us. Aha! Oh, you're welcome, kid. Stop playing on the tracks. It's dangerous. Go play in the street. It's safer than playing on the railroad tracks. Oh, we have our timber maniacs. And we are in the news. Hooray! So with that, we are done here in timber. Yay! Let's bugger off. Now, theoretically, at this point in the game, we could go back to Baum and potentially get the Combat King 3 for Zell. I have not been having any luck at that. So, I'm just going to save that until after the next story point. But, we're going to follow the train tracks and make our way to Deling City. What are we going to do there, you ask? Well, we're going to play cards. Yep. We'll make this grand detour with our giant garden. Go play a card game. Huzzah! More specifically, we're going to go play cards with Renoa's dad. You know, General Caraway. A bunch of seeds from Baum coming here to fight the sorceress. What, really? You'd think Squall would know about that. Right. Oh well. Just follow the sidewalk. Ah! We're on the other side of the street! No! Now this is a situation where you may want to actually take the time to save your game. And it's not particularly important, but I'm going to spend a moment and prune my deck. Because, well, I'm going to want that for later. Oh, let's go and see the general. Yeah, let's just take care of his daughter, and then we can ask her a few things. Ask him a few things, alright? Galbadia is completely at the mercy of the sorceress. It's merely a tool for her. The rest of the world will surely unite against Galbadia. It'll be the sorceress war all over again. And he gives us a little bit of history. The same thing is now happening with Galbadia. How foolish of you, Deling. And never mind that he got... the first thing she did was kill him. Tell us about Esthar. We know nothing about it. It's a powerful nation on the eastern continent. Ever since the end of the war, they've stayed silent. No one knows what became of the sorceress, and it just remains hidden and isolated. Interesting. So after the war, Esthar just kind of disappeared. Well then. And now we will ask about cards. There, he makes mention. I have my daughter's card. I don't use it in my hand very often. But I'll think about it if you give me your Efreet card. And by give, he means we need to lose it to him. How do we lose it to him? On purpose? Well, first off, we have to play stupid. But the other thing we need to do is make sure that the Efreet is the highest level card in our deck. So if Efreet goes into the hand, nothing past it goes into the hand. Matter of fact, we're gonna fill up with lesser monsters. Now we just have to play like we've been educated by some troll. Oh no, the lower numbers are better, I promise. Ah, see, you're doing fine. But, since we played our cards right, and hand-picked the deck, the Efreet goes to the General. And he thanks us for it. Hooray! Now if we ask him about cards, he has, the most rapid way possible, gone off and visited Martine, who is currently in FH, in Fisherman's Horizon, and lost Efreet to him. In fact, if you ever lose any of your rare cards, just look it up in your card deck. That will tell you exactly where it's at. Quetzalcoatl, we actually turned into a bunch of Dynamo Stones. However, now if we play cards with him, he might use the Renoa card. So, let us set up to play accordingly. Nope! I'll bring it back when he finally does use the card. One moment. Ah, there you are. And she gets brought out first. How helpful of you, really. Yoink! Yeah, he really likes to start out with the upper left corner. Like that. I thought for a moment I might be able to clean sweep him, but nope. Tel's my only card that's strong on both up and down. Take that, punk. Of course you'd be offering the last blue dragon I need. But oh well. We're gonna take Renoa's card and run with it. Run to where? Well, off to FH, really. I go back and reclaim our Efreet. But, you know, I'll travel back there and we'll just show getting that card back, I guess. One moment. I really should save before doing this. Because off-screen, at random, the open rule got abolished from the region. So... well, fortunately, there's the card I'm after. That's, yeah, that's the harsh thing, is that at random, seemingly, rules can, live or die. Wish I could check the rules to see if the same rule was in effect. You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. Aha! Take that! Now give me back my card, you jerk. Alright, at this point, an important thing to do is actually trim your deck. Which is, of course, done by using the card mod ability. If the card is not necessary, then trim it out. We'll keep a hold of the GF and character cards unless I run into an immediate need to refine those. For some of them, that might be coming up soon. The reason for this is that the next area, blah, 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 blah. We'll talk when I get back to Garden. Alright, now I think I got my brain back into gear. The next area that we'll be going to for side questing is Dolet. And in Dolet, we're going to be playing more card games. Big shocker, I know. But in Dolet, they have a rule there that will really mess with you. That is the random rule, which means that your deck is made up of 5 randomly drawn cards. You just keep being creepy, Irving. So we want to weed out all the bad cards in the deck, thus pruning it. But the major reason we came back to Garden is because, well, I was mistaken about the festival committee. Because we do not get new flags on these. I'll just look up the latest entry. Quistis has written something as one of Selfie's friends. Why do I sound like an instructor? Yeah, because you'd been doing that for a while. And, well, someone else had written an entry. Oh, not Irving. Ah, Zell wrote an entry. You suck! What do I write? I know I said I'd do it, but what am I gonna write? Oh, I love hot dogs. Yeah, that's it. Well done, Zell. Also in the diary, we have new entries. Lately, well, the recent loss of the disciplinary committee is fresh on everyone's mind. Let's look at the previous diary. There, Selfie's feeling blue about Trabia, deciding whether she wants to go or not. So she left that decision up to Squall. And the concert! Hooray! It's more fun to perform than to attend. In Selfie's opinion, anyway. And I do believe there's actually an entry on this one. But I will cut out once we get to older stuff. Yay! That sounds like you. Like you, Selfie. Squall got a point at the leader. He didn't realize he was famous around here. Everyone should support him. He seems stoic and scary, but he's just thinking to himself and doesn't like to say it. It's explaining stuff. Yep, Selfie's got Squall pretty much nailed. Well done, Selfie. The stage! Let to start over. And now we're back to stuff that we read before. So, we will pick up next time traveling to Dolet. I need to decide for myself if I'm going to grind killing monsters off screen. But that's for me. As for the rest of you, later.